Hey, this is Pastor Chris. I am so glad you're with us tonight. This is really kind of like a info, if you will, video about our upcoming, what we're facing in the upcoming days. And I want to share this verse before I say anything. And this is from Deuteronomy 32. Got a whole little different temporary setup here for tonight. It says, "For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the place of his inheritance." This is Deuteronomy 32:10. "He found him in a desert land, in the wasteland, a howling wilderness. He encircled him, he instructed him. He kept him as the apple of his eye. And as an eagle stirs up its nest, hovers over its young, spreading out its wings, taking them up, carrying them on its wings, so the Lord alone led him. And there was no foreign God with him. He made him ride on the heights of the earth, that he might eat the produce of the fields. He made him draw honey from the rock and oil from the flinty rock, curds from the cattle and milk of the flock, with fat of lambs and rams of the breed of Bashan, and goats with the choicest of wheat. And you drank wine, the blood of the grapes." That is Old Testament passage speaking of God providing in what would seem to be wilderness times. And you know, Grace Summit Church, we're in a transition of our location. Very fastly, the building closed, and basically we had 1 week. You can see I'm dressed not my normal fare for a Wednesday night, and I just spent around. A lot of things have been moved and taken out, and we're working. Still got a couple more days to be able to remove things, and so we are working very hard to make sure all those things are taken care of, all those things are removed and done right, and all of our assets are with us, and looking towards the future. It is sorry for the shakiness here. Again, this is a temporary setup. This will not be this way next week. But I want to encourage you. I said this Sunday, and I feel like Moses. I have for so many days now. I don't know, in a sense, where we're going exactly. I still, as of tonight, when I'm recording this, do not have anything definite as to whether or not we can use the building this Sunday. So tomorrow, Thursday, we will make sure we get out to everyone where we're meeting. If we can meet here, we should know that by then. And we'll have what would be our last service potentially here at 5295 Highway 155 North, the building that we've been currently in. We've got a couple other options available for us. One's about 2 miles from here, not very far. Just instead of taking a turn left on 155, you drive straight for about 2 miles. And there's a pastor friend of mine, and he's given us the ability to use their sanctuary. It'll be a little bit later time, and that's fine too. The body of Christ is not bound by times. I was shocked tonight. I was taking stuff and putting it in storage and running errands, and I saw so many churches I drove by, and one of them, it's not the norm. They meet at 2 o'clock every week, and so we may have to meet at a different time for a short season while we find our next location. And in some ways, it seems it breaks the norm. That's the best way I can put it. It breaks the norm. But I know there is a certainty, what I'm calling, in the uncertainty. That's something the Lord spoke to me this week. There is certainty in the uncertainty. When we are certain that he is with us, the uncertainty is no longer uncertain. And so I just want to challenge you, encourage you to lift up your eyes and to let the joy of the Lord just reign about you. I've been singing a very old song the last couple of days, taken from the book of Isaiah. "Arise, shine, for the light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you." And so, this coming Sunday is going to be a great day. We'll be casting vision and hopefully sharing some more things about the status of everything. And again, I'm telling you everything I know to tell you. Some of it I just don't know, and that was the uncertainty that has so troubled my spirit. But again, this week, I know that if I will be certain in him, the uncertainty becomes certain, because he never leaves us, he never forsakes us, and he guides us. And just like the eagle stirreth his nest, I am so excited about this next season of our life and our church. It is a chance to shed the old and break out the new. I was thinking, about that verse 2. It says, when we wait, we shall be like the eagles. We shall rise with wings as eagles. We shall ride upon the high places. Eagles regularly go through a time where they cleanse and they molt and get rid of all the old, so that their feathers are new and their strength is renewed. and we shall renew our strength. Thank God. Yes, I just cannot say this enough, how excited I am. I don't know if it came across that way Sunday. I hope it did. But I am very excited about the day we are in, where we're at, and the position that God is putting us in to strengthen our stakes, to expand our vision, and to really get out of our comfort zone as the eagle stirs her nest. I had that passage, phrase has just reverberated in my spirit over and over and over this week, as the eagle stirs her nest. And thank God for God stirring in our life. And it's going to be good. It's going to be good. This is going to be an exciting time. I declared at the beginning of 2024 that this was the year of the open hand of God for our life, and a year of God's provision. And we're seeing that take place. And so I just want to tell you, buckle up, get ready for just one of the greatest, I believe, outpouring of provisions our church has ever seen. And that includes you. You know, when the glory of God comes, it always speaks of not only his grace, his favor, but his provisions, his manifestations. Every time in the Old Testament and the New, when you see God's provisions, his glory manifested, it always brings provisions. And that's my prayer, that God would reveal his glory to us in this day, and that we would walk with him exactly like Deuteronomy 32 says, that he would instruct us because we are the apple of his eye. Well, a pastor friend of mine texted me, and it was just very encouraging. But he's, and he's in very much the similar boat. He's one of the rental churches that have been a part of the facility here, and just as much as it has been, unknowing to him, they've had to, pack things very quickly and figure out, and God's provided for them another meeting place. Thank God. I'm so thankful that had actually burdened me and been heavy upon me, because I wanted to make sure they were taken care of, and that they weren't disrupted. And he made a comment in a text message, and it's so true. It's an old song, "We've come too far to turn back now." And it's an old Nancy Harmon song. If you can ever look it up on YouTube, it'll bless you. So I just encourage you, join us this coming, let me say this, be looking Thursday for updates on Facebook. We will send it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We will also put it in a text message. I will also send an email, may even fire the calling post up and do phone calls to make sure you know where we will be Sunday morning. And we will be somewhere Sunday morning. We'll either be in our current facility, kind of in a setup, temporary mode, because we've had to pull all the equipment out. And so it will be it's going to be a fun day. And if not, we'll be somewhere else, and we'll make sure you know it's going to be a great day. God has great things in store for us. So I just encourage you, buckle up, enjoy the ride, and enjoy the new season that God is bringing upon our life. It's going to be great. Like Ephesians 1:3 says, he has blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places. And so I want to remind you, as I close tonight, because I'm going to go back to moving some stuff, and want to encourage you again, be on the lookout Thursday for updates on exactly where we will be meeting. Kind of makes me feel like we're like an underground church, like in China for many years, and in the Middle East, you'll find out where we're meeting, and then that's where you show up. But Ephesians 1:3 says that he has blessed us with all spiritual blessings, and his blessing is upon us. And so remember that in Jesus Christ, you're anointed to win, empowered to prosper, and impossible to curse. And I'll see you this coming Sunday.